everyone, and welcome to the third installment of Currency, with the second time here in London. I'm Visma. I'm the Senior Product Marketing Manager here at BVNK, and today I'm joined by Bernie.
Thank you, Visma. I think what you guys are thinking, I wish I had a penny for every time somebody said stablecoin.
We could buy a Bitcoin.
We're not done. We're not done yet. Yeah. I'm Bernie, and I'm a product director at BVNK, and we want to tell you what we have been up to and what we will be doing.
Yeah. So if any of you were here last year, you'll remember that we talked a lot about how stablecoins enable us to move money across borders more efficiently, as well as how fintechs are starting to incorporate crypto in their payment strategy. And a lot of things have changed since then. Most notably, the crypto winter 2.0 has started to defrost, and we are seeing a renewed interest in the digital asset space as well as stablecoin use cases. At BVNK, we provide modern payments infrastructure for businesses. We unify banks and blockchains in a single payments platform that is underpinned by our global licensing and our regulatory and compliance frameworks. And we've spent the past 5 years building this infrastructure so that it would work seamlessly across both fiat rails and blockchain networks. And this means that our customers, or the businesses that we serve, don't have to worry about any of that. And they can just launch their payment products quickly and compliantly without the need of obtaining additional licensing or building their own infrastructure. So we help these businesses build payments products that allow their customers to send, receive, and store stablecoins, digital assets, and fiat currencies, as well as convert between these currencies 24/7, 365. And we've built this infrastructure to be multi-rail and multi-asset, while still abstracting from complexity and reducing third-party risk. And all that is done via our different platforms, so from our different channels, from our platform to our APIs, as well as soon self-custody. And if we look back at the year that we've had at BVNK, we can see that we have grown quite a bit. We've doubled our customer count, as well as our annually processed volumes. We've added 4 new regulatory regulatory approvals and registrations, now bringing it up to 8, as well as expanded our partner network. And again, all of that so that our customers can have access to these payment rails and just have it all in one place. But there is one thing that hasn't changed and that has stayed the same, and that is our mission. We are still headstrong on accelerating global movement of money by bridging traditional and blockchain payments. And at the heart of it are stablecoins, from consumer payments to B2B settlements, remittances, cross-border payments, you name it, we've seen it. We see businesses using stablecoins every single day. And by the way, from the 6 billion that we process annually, about 90% of these transactions involve a stablecoin. So let's have a look at this statistic. We've already heard quite a few versions of the market cap today, but we know that in 2024, the market capitalization of stablecoins has just skyrocketed, in many thanks, obviously, to USDT. But we think that it really illustrates a bigger trend, where now there's an increased trust and reliance on stablecoins in the digital asset ecosystem. And that really matters, because it points to a bigger trend in the financial world, where we are starting to see that stablecoins are starting to become a core payment rail. We've also seen a huge increase in the holders of stablecoins, which point to, increase in demand, as well as points to emergence of new use cases where stablecoins are seen as an alternative to existing payments. And many new players obviously have entered the stablecoin race, from Ripple and PayPal and Visa and many others. And we also see an emergence of new regulatory frameworks around the globe that will help clarify the playing field and serve as a catalyst for even further growth. So yeah, let's take a moment now to look at a little snippet of the announcement that was made by Stripe just a few weeks ago, where they announced that they are reintroducing stablecoins as part of their payment flows. And obviously, we welcome such a huge player embracing stablecoins as a core payment rail.
I have something for you. We're excited to announce that we're bringing back crypto as a way to accept payments. New functionality over here on the right. We can pay with crypto. So we'll tap pay here. We'll go to a confirmation screen. You ready for the new crypto world? You have to look very closely and not blink. You ready? Oh, that tap. That's it. We're done. And
I want to thank the co-founder and president of Stripe for demoing crypto checkout on their platform. It's a product that we offer now for almost 3 years, but we will welcome anybody that helps us grow the pie. And it really underpins what we have been believing now for a long time, that now other payment companies, big payment companies are joining us. They see it also becoming a core payment rail in the world. And that's also what I want to talk to you about for the next few minutes. That's, I would say, our second oldest product, crypto checkout. And what really enabled this product in the last few years is actually the processing times, the settlement times on the blockchain came down significantly. I think even 3 minutes here or 1,800 seconds is probably generous for some blockchains like Bitcoin or Ethereum. On a bad day, that's probably more like 30 minutes. But there are new blockchains that have emerged that are much quicker. And maybe let me just show this again. What this graph is actually showing is a much more fundamental difference to traditional finance. It is technology, and every day there are 10,000s of engineers, software engineers, working on these technologies. They're improving existing blockchains, and they're building new blockchains. They're seeing something is not working, settlement time, okay, let us fix that. It takes some time, but it's definitely faster than the existing core traditional payment infrastructures that we've seen so far. We heard about cost, network fees, gas fees. There are blockchains now that's below 1 cent or a fraction of a cent. Throughput, I think, is still a little bit of a problem they're working on, but sooner or later they will solve it. And maybe the most popular example was Ethereum. They released a change in 99%. They consume 99% less energy after a software upgrade. So I think that's one of the key differences why we believe stablecoin, the blockchain, will become a very important rail, or is already a very important rail, and will become an even more important rail in the future. Let's have a quick look at a demo here of our crypto checkout. And what we see here is a luxury watch shop. It's a regular checkout process that we are used to for many e-commerce sites. I select cryptocurrency or stablecoin as a payment option. I select my favorite stablecoin. I confirm. I see the QR code where I have to send the stablecoin to. And on a fast blockchain, it takes a second. The funds have been transferred. The payment is complete. And for many of our customers, they would like to have that auto-converted into GBP, Euro, or USD. So actually, our customers, which are PSPs, financial institutions, they receive fiat if they want to. What's really important is that this is an infrastructure as a service. So if you're a PSP or a financial institution, you would like to offer that to your merchants, to your businesses as a product, as an experience, we can help you with that. All right, I'm really excited to talk about that. That was a cool ride. The last few months we have been working on a new product. I think we're calling it stablecoin payroll for now, but it's really stablecoin payouts. And what we have been working on here so far is enabling global HR platforms, or EORs, employer of record platforms, to being able to pay the workforce that they employ globally. many of you probably know that, but with COVID, the remote employment skyrocketed. And actually, we also at BVNK, we hire talent globally, and we don't have an office in every jurisdiction in the world. So we work with these HR platforms. They figure out all the complicated stuff around local employment law and so on and so forth. But they have a massive problem. They need to ultimately pay their contractors, their employees, at the end of the day. And they do what any other company is not doing that has to do that. They integrate dozens of PSP financial institutions that help them with that. And what's the problem with that? Similar to Mr. Bean here, if I'm a contractor of one of these platforms, I see I have a balance in my account, I want to take it out, it goes through some obscure or outdated payment mechanism. It can take up to a week for me to arrive, and I see the money, I know I have it, but I can't use it. The other problem is, of course, that it's expensive. It maybe goes through few intermediaries. There's currency exchange rate volatility, so I could also actually receive less than I thought I have at the end of the day. Maybe let's just take a look at how many people are actually interested in receiving digital assets as part of their salary. Here's the 36% for people under 30. If we narrow that down a bit younger people, it actually goes to more than 55%. And that's a trend that's accelerating. And if you think about the next 10, 15 years, these are becoming the future leaders in business and politics globally. And they are really going to shape the demand on how the payments landscape will look like. Here's another interesting statistic from the World Economic Forum, where by 2030, there's going to be 90 million global digital jobs. I know the growth here doesn't look too impressive. It really jumped with COVID. But what's not in here, and it's really hard to get numbers on, is the gig economy, global creator economy, like Uber, Airbnb, Etsy. They're all people around the world that offer a service and they want to get paid. And that number depends on which statistic you take. It's probably 3 to 5 times bigger than this one. But it's very hard to get any reliable numbers on that. However, what is much more interesting is actually where these jobs will be located. By 2030, it will shift towards the lower income countries or global south emerging markets. And traditionally, they have the payment infrastructure there is not as good. We just heard about currency volatilities, trust in the local banking system. And they are really demanding a global digital dollar that they can trust in. Or maybe euro. So what is the solution to that? Stablecoin, you guessed it. That really addresses a lot of the pains that we see here at the moment. And let's take a look at a demo here. So what we see here is that's from the perspective of a contractor or an employee. I'm logging into my HR platform. I see I have a balance here. I want to withdraw that. I confirm I will be redirected to the payout form. I pick the blockchain, the stablecoin of choice, put in my wallet address, and again, in a few seconds, the value is transferred. It's now my money, and I can do whatever I want with that money. So that's the experience that we have been crafting now with one of the biggest HR platforms out there. And so far, we have been 1 month in. With that one customer, we have so far 7,500 contractors that have signed up for being paid in stablecoin. We transferred more than $11 million to these contractors. And we enabled the platform to pay globally, near instantly, everywhere in the world. And what's really cool is, of course, that's something we built now together and co-created with the HR platform, but it's built as infrastructure. Any PSP, any financial institution that want to offer a similar experience we will help them. We got you. All right, let's take a look at another product of ours.
Yeah, let's dive into another story. So they say that timing in business is everything, and we know that many successful companies have timed the market right. With Apple, it was for personal computing. With Amazon, with e-commerce boom, and Visa and MasterCard for the personal finance. So we're constantly asking ourselves, what is the next frontier? What are the new trends that we should be paying attention to? And the answer to that question came to us in a form of our longtime partner, Free Market. And Free Market came to us with a question. They asked whether we can help them build stablecoin wallets that could be integrated within Free Market's platform. Their customers have been, demanding this functionality of stablecoin settlements for a long time, and they started to see that it had reached a tipping point where they saw an outflow of business due to the fact that they did not have these capabilities. And Free Market's clients actually are quite right. Stablecoin settlements are fast becoming very popular amongst PSPs, especially in the emerging markets. And of course, cost and speed play a huge role in this, and these customers are seeing it as a competitive advantage for them. But building your stablecoin infrastructure can be really tricky. It requires a lot of resources and time, and also expertise in blockchain. Bernie here has been building some for the past 2 years. I'm sure it's been a lot of fun. And not to mention that one needs to also acquire additional regulatory approvals. So for example, here in the EU, if you're offering crypto-related services, you need to be registered as a VASP, and that can take anywhere from 6 months to a year or even more to get approvals for. But why do PSPs care about stablecoin settlements? Well, the answer is really simple. It actually solves 2 key pain points for them, which is speed and cost. Stablecoins can be exchanged 24/7, 365. The settlements are near instant, and they reduce the intermediaries that are involved in the payments process, which obviously speed up the payments process itself and also make it less costly. So we partnered with Free Market to offer their clients the ability to store, send, and receive stablecoins alongside their fiat wallets and convert between these assets within the Free Market's platform. And that was done by leveraging BVNK's licensing and our extensive stablecoin infrastructure. So that meant that Free Market actually did not have to do any sort of additional regulatory registrations, and they did not have to build this infrastructure from scratch. And that allowed them to go to market much faster and meet the demand for stablecoin wallets. And yeah, before we end, we also wanted to take a moment to look a little bit into the future. So I will pass back to Bernie.
Thank you. I think we have our friends from Free Market here. How's it going? All right, the BVNK network. I can't say, or I'm not allowed to tell you too much about it, but I'll want to tell you a little bit about it. And one question that we always receive, no matter where we turn, no matter who we talk to, it's about USD. Do you have USD? Where can I get USD? Can I get paid in USD? Can you pay somebody else in USD? Can I transfer USD? US dollar, biggest currency, most reliable currency in the world. Most of our businesses are denominated in USD. And we really want to build a solution for that, the BVNK network. But apart from supplying USD, we want to actually enable everyone in the network to go in and out of stablecoin into USD, Euro, GBP, connecting other networks that are out there, and really offer an experience, a payment experience 24/7, 365 days a year. And yeah, please stay tuned. Where's Maxime? Over there. So next time you're going to stay up here and tell us all about it, how you achieved that promise that I made. Yeah, that's one secret project we're working on. I guess not that secret anymore. And there's another one I want to say almost finished. Layer 1, a core infrastructure for stablecoins. And what we have been doing here is put all our learnings and experience from the last 3 years or potentially 5 years, sweat, blood, and tears that we spent to build core infrastructure to connect to all those blockchains, banks, liquidity providers, probably spending 70% of our very precious engineering time into figuring out a lot of annoying and very painful details, and only spend 30% of our time on building differentiated products. We want to take away the 70% from you. We want to create a solution, or we have created a solution, layer 1, that lets you focus on building differentiated products, differentiated experience, and not go through the same pain that we went through. And also more on that to come in the future. Let's just see what does it mean for us, what does it mean for you. Just a little recap in case you forgot the core message. At BVNK, we're big fans of memes. They have the ability to convey the point in a very funny way. As you can see, money is starting to look somewhere else. Of course, in the future, I think money will have many girlfriends. But it's eyeing here stablecoin. It is becoming a core payment rail. And we saw the graphs. Also really looking forward to the research that we're conducting here. But the graphs are all pointing in the same direction. Stablecoin demand will continue to grow. I think the Circle CEO recently in a podcast said by the end of 2030, or by 2030, he estimates the total market cap to be $3 trillion. I think it will be more. And lastly, it's not a few nerds in a basement anymore that are releasing an obscure thing, paying 10,000 Bitcoin for 2 pizzas. That's crazy. Stablecoins is not a fad. It's here to stay. And I think it will make a tremendous difference in the financial industry in the world. And with that, I thank you so much for your attention. And that was the last thing between you and the coffee break, I think, right? Oh, Natasha and Natasha.
And Natasha.